What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Gyllene Tider and the 1981 album Modern Times. Thank you again to Gebus. And the next track translates to, according to Google Translate, Tuff Tuff Tuff, and then parenthetically, like a locomotive. So using the word like means we're in the realm of simile, and as such, I don't expect this to be about a train per se, maybe with some visual references to play off of the concept. But yes, I wonder what is tough like a locomotive, and in that regard, it is an interesting characteristic, the characteristic of being tough, to derive from the visual and concept of a locomotive, a train. But perhaps because they continue onward, they are on a track and they are difficult to stop. Maybe that's the idea. Either way, I don't expect to have any insights because I expect this to be in Swedish. But yeah, I do wonder whether we'll have not only visual references, but maybe even, the sounds that are akin to a train, whether that's, with the drums and cycling and so on. So let's give it a listen. This is Gyllene Tider. The song translates to Tuff 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 like a locomotive, and it's from their 1981 album that translates to Modern Times. Oh. Well, there you go. Luca was like, what is that? That's fun. They do it to me so many times. It's like this half dozen time they've done that. Although in this case it wasn't like a notable false ending. It was just like a little coda at the end when it seemed like it was already petering out. But okay, like, it's a playful tune, like the keyboards especially. I mean, there's that section in the second half where it got like a bit echoic and it sounded like there was some, effect, like almost like a jet or like a wah effect on the sounds. But for most of the track, the keyboards had this, and very electric sound. More on that in a moment, but there was like this sprightly kind of, not silly, because that could be seen as like a critical remark, and I don't mean it that way, but a sort of light and playful kind of character to the keyboard work, more than I remember on any of the previous songs, even though we've heard a number that have had keyboards in them. The other Sonics did feel still very rock and roll. And I will say, I just love hearing Pear's younger voice. I mean, it's like definitely a voice that I clearly recognize, but you can just tell he's younger than in later releases where we hear him singing for Roxette. I will say also, and I'm trying to think when the first one will be not under embargo, I think in a couple days, but essentially I've done a couple song documentary reactions for Roxette in the last like 8 to 10 days. Thank you again to Michaela, who has made a great many documentaries available, including those related to Roxette. But yes, I did a reaction to a short documentary about the look, and then another one just a couple days ago, which will be like public in maybe like a week, for the, what am I saying? For It Must Have Been Love, because I was thinking about the Christmas title of it. In any case, the point is, like, in the It Must Have Been Love one, Pear, like, number one, he sings it and plays on his acoustic guitar, and I think Michaela said this documentary is from 2019, but then we later, like, Pear sits down and they play his original demo for the song where, like, he's singing. And as Michaela says, and I agree, like, he seems overly harsh on his own demo, and indeed, I feel like I should get out that awesome vinyl and CD box set that Michaela sent. I should have had it sitting here for this reaction, but I want to listen to that demo. I want to react to that demo in the not-too-distant future, so maybe I'll do that for the next time around with the Roxette trilogy. And indeed, I have not forgotten, this week there will be a double Roxette, so bear with me. But yes, like the difference between his voice, like when he's singing in, again, like only, a few or several years ago, compared to the voice that I hear from Pear here, it's notable. It's the same voice, but you can definitely tell he's younger here, and so it's been fun to listen to him sing these songs. And yeah, like, I heard the title phrase. There was indeed that, like, recorded sound of the train with a bit of the Doppler effect, where, it, like, goes by you, so it's, like, coming closer and then trailing farther away with the sound waves. But then there was a section where I think it was, like, vocal, where someone is kind of doing, like, a chew sound, like, the sound of the I don't know, it's like a coal engine or whatever, but the chugging of the engine. And then there was that section right near the end where the drums seemed to be kind of cycling in the way that you hear the chugging and the wheels as it goes down the track. So I feel like there was a bit of what I was thinking in advance, but of course I don't know really the point being made here, or what or whom is like a train that is tough, tough, tough. So I look forward to any insights there. But yeah, it's a fun tune. It's got a rock and roll vibe, but as I was thinking, or as I was saying about the keyboards, you can kind of feel like a bit more of like an 80s electronic keyboard sound in this one. It sounds a bit less 70s and a bit more early 80s. And obviously that's subjective, and it's my brain interpreting what I've just heard, not only in light of other Gyllene Tider material, but also in light of material that spanned the end of the 70s, early like 80s, where like Gary Newman, someone who was doing things with keyboard sounds that hadn't been done much before. This just feels a bit more forward-looking with the keyboard sounds, and less like, it sounds like, a keyboard rock band of the 70s. So yeah, again, that's partly just my interpretation, but that's what it sounded like to me. In any case, let me know what you think. And Luca, who's now calm and tranquil, you should have seen her when the train whistle sounded. She was like, what the heck is that? So yes, she and I will see you next time. Peace.